It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Browns going up against the Texans. So with that, let's get right out to the stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis have the call on this Week 4 matchup.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback. First play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Well, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he comes back with one complete. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play, close things down inside. One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. He's got his man on the crossing route. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. We're back to Houston in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Let's go!
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns get ready as they head back out there. And a great job last time. They got the 4th down stop. It led to points. See if they can make magic happen twice.
How about the defense, though? You're going to go for it against us on your own side of the field. Rose up and stopped them. Went off the field and said, offense, take over. Put it in the end zone for us. And that's exactly what they did.
Puts a little chip on their shoulder. Right?
Yeah, a lot of meanness involved in that. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. The Texans defense, we watch them get set to go. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
Not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Cleveland first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A reminder that coming up at halftime, we'll join Larry Ridley in Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play. So we look forward to that.
And I'm looking forward to some air conditioning.
I bet you are. A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Looking sideline, incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Browns add on to their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And it's good to make it 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw here, and he will find his man on the outside. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Houston first. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at the 2. They'll get 23 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters. What's that? Now? Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the third quarter. Let's go. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season, and the Browns add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Let's go. 3-19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about...
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Cleveland first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go. Black round. Black round. Black round. Black round. Come on, let's go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
The play clock's running down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. To throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding time. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep. Wiley.
Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Browns defense stands tall. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you.
Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Come on, let's go. 1-9.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Come on, let's go. 1-9.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. That one looks like he'll throw here. Deep drop. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Cleveland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Houston, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gott. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.